Hey everyone, welcome. Welcome again for this FortinetLIVE. And today I'm excited to talk about multi-cloud, SD-WAN, cloud on-ramp. And we have Vince with us. Hey Vince, how are you doing?
Hello, how's everyone doing?
Awesome. So, Vince, you leading the adaptive cloud security at Fortinet, and I'm managing on the security-driven networking side. Many times we see very interesting perspective on cloud, and SD-WAN. So I want to start off with, in general, today, when we see working from anywhere and using so many different cloud applications, multi-cloud, I saw that almost 90% plus organizations have multi-cloud. And any customer that I talk to, 20 plus cloud applications they are using for their business critical unified communications or ERP. So I want to ask you what kind of challenges that they are running into when they are using this cloud and a SaaS application and trying to get better user experience.
Yeah, that's a great question, Nirav. So, to your point, 90% of organizations have either hybrid or multi-clouds out there. And so when you have that in light of having the skill set shortages, and now that everyone is, we're all sheltering still and trying to adjust to this new normal with a lot of more cloud usage and applications, it's even more important to deliver a fundamentally high level of experience so that you don't miss a beat in this kind of environment. But part of that, though, is now you have more clouds, more points of deployments, and as a result of that, there's more overhead from a network security and cloud operation standpoint, with more applications being used in cloud consumption. And so now, as a result of that, teams are challenged today. They're truly challenged to try to keep on top of everything with consistent policies and trying to navigate cloud and deliver the right level of service and security at the same time in terms of balance and security. Now, so let me ask you this question, though. As we kind of talk about the challenges of cloud and multi-cloud, I think what's really important, Nirav, is the concept of connecting it from the on-premises through the cloud on-ramp and then into the cloud. So what's your take on that?
Yeah, I think I would say that's really becoming very important, right? Because when I'm at branch or a campus and connecting to this multi-cloud, cloud on-ramp and challenges related to those are important to solve. I think in my conversation with customers, I see three things, right? The number one is, how do I connect to cloud in a very simple way, right? How do I make sure that when I'm going to those workloads in a cloud, I'm able to optimize that? And while I'm doing this, I'm able to automate things so it's easier for my users to manage. And many solutions out there struggle to provide this kind of connectivity, simplification, and optimization of user experience. I think that's the number one thing, Vince, that I hear of using applications, but having a better user experience, better way to manage that, right? And that brings me, Vince, to a question where, we talked about challenges, both from a multi-cloud perspective and from a cloud on-ramp perspective. What do you think, in a view, where is the industry going? What should we be doing to solve those problems?
Well, it's funny if you think about the evolution of where applications live and reside. You went from single point to multi-point distributions through server workloads, and then you're going back into a single point, moving towards cloud. But then as companies are looking at rolling things in the cloud, they realize the benefits of that and using sometimes multiple clouds and multiple hybrid data center combinations of clouds. And the result of that, the reason for that is it could be a technical reason, it could be a legacy thing, it could be merging things and making things faster and easier and better experience for the customers. Now, so what that brings us to is where applications live shouldn't really matter. And so what companies are challenged to do is to take that same sort of paradigm of using multi-cloud and delivering a seamless, secure application experience to their customers and interconnecting the applications across clouds, regions, data centers, and making it completely transparent. Users don't care. Users only want to have their applications and their experience in the best possible manner, and they really don't care how it's done on the back end. So I think that's really where the challenges are. And unfortunately, the reality is, with all these companies making these cloud transformations, sometimes business priorities overrule operational efficiency, and maybe sometimes sound security practices. And I really think that that's really the big challenge: is how do you balance superior, seamless quality of experience for applications to its users, while balancing out, making sure that you have the best security and compliance and consistent policies across all these different points of deployments there. Go ahead, Nirav.
Vince, I really like, one thing I want to say, I really like the way you talked about secure connectivity, seamless connectivity, and superior user experience. I think this is exactly what I think is what customers are asking, and what we are delivering it. And great to see how you talked about the challenges to what the end state should be. So I'm excited about that. In fact, that brings to a good discussion about Fortinet secure SD-WAN leadership, right? When I see what we have done in last 5-6 years of becoming a true leader of secure SD-WAN, one of the big use case is cloud on-ramp, is about making that efficient operation. And working with you and your team and what we have done by not only providing the broadest, I think industry's broadest multi-cloud SD-WAN portfolio, but also the broadest cloud on-ramp portfolio. And I know you have some exciting announcement to share with all of us today, which is great to see, using a combination of multi-cloud SD-WAN, using a cloud drop SD-WAN. Our end goal is we are providing a security, we are providing a seamless experience, and all of this is with superior user experience. So I really like how you use those terms. But why don't you tell us a little bit more on multi-cloud SD-WAN? How do we differentiate that in the market and with this cloud on-ramp?
Absolutely. So, if you think about it, you have typical traditional models of networking, and then you improve that with SD-WAN, and then now as you move in the cloud, there's a cloud on-ramp to bring on-premises for the user experience perspective to connect it into the cloud. Now, once you get to the cloud, again, you go back to the hybrid and multi-cloud environments. You need to make sure that everything is interconnected. Applications can reside in different clouds, as do data, but they work together. You don't have clouds in isolation or applications in isolation. They're interconnected. They talk to each other. They talk to the users, and as a result of that, you need to create a seamless, scalable way to make sure that all these different points of deployment, again, are interconnected. And ideally, you're connecting this with something like the security fabric, where you're bringing it together with secure, consistent policies across all your entire deployment, whether it's within region or across the globe. Even if you're using other providers' backbone, all that stuff needs to be under some sort of centralized control and visibility to kind of bring and simplify the experience. Otherwise, if you think about it, if I had to go and manage clouds individually with applications on each cloud with different technologies individually and separately from each other, the amount of workload and the amount of gaps in visibility is tremendous. And with that tremendous amount of visibility gap, that's an opportunity for attackers to just come in without anyone knowing it, come in and do things that you don't want them to do. And so as a result of that, interconnecting things with seamless, consistent policies on a singular security platform, and to make that really easy, consistent, and predictable, I think it's probably one of the number one things I would say is critical from a cloud on-ramp perspective. So Nirav, with that said, I think one of the things to kind of also consider, right, is if you think about the cloud deployment scenario, there's a combination of public and private clouds, and there's a combination of different cloud providers such as Google. And one of the things that we really work hard at with both the adaptive cloud security and the Fortinet working on top of the security fabric is to make the cloud operations, security operations, and network operations as seamless and easy as possible. Multi-cloud is hard. No one ever said multi-cloud is easy, and but it's a necessary evil. And so our job, I think, at least from my perspective and the company's perspective, is to make that as simple and easy as possible for our customers. And I think a great example is what we're announcing this week, and that is the integration with Google Cloud's Network Connectivity Center, which then makes it really easy for us to deploy FortiGates and FortiGate SD-WAN, one of, I think, the very best security solutions and the broadest SD-WAN security solutions out there, and connecting that seamlessly into a Google Cloud environment, so that if there's a hybrid cloud or a multi-cloud or even a singular cloud with Google, it's a really seamless process to simplify that security and operations aspect for our customers.
Yeah. No, that's great. That's exciting that we continue on our journey of cloud on ramp. And today we are announcing a deep integration with Google Cloud on NCC. But this you also mentioned some really good points that I like. That when we talk about cloud, there are three pieces there. There is from a branch or a campus to the cloud, between the cloud, which is multi-cloud, and within the cloud. And Fortinet is uniquely positioned to not only provide security in all three use cases, but also SD-WAN benefits. And this is all organically developed part of the one OS. And now we are expanding this to Google Cloud and CC. We already have done that with Azure Virtual WAN, AWS. So again, this is why I said earlier where we were number one in providing the broadest SD-WAN in multi-cloud. Now again, we are getting the broadest cloud on-ramp support and have the middle mile connectivity with Megaport and many more. And great to see how we are simplifying those challenges that we talked about at the beginning. And great to see that we are listening to the customers and solving these problems to provide that secure, seamless, and superior user experience. Any closing thoughts, Vince, before we wrap up here? But I'm sure there's something else you want to share here.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think everything you said, Nirav, is spot on. But I think that, the other thing that goes on top of that for our customers that uses Fortinet for their SD-WAN and multi-cloud SD-WAN solution is that with that, in our security fabric, we have the entire adaptive cloud security portfolio. And one of the biggest philosophies I think that matters is that we allow our customers to secure any application on any cloud. And as a result of that, if you think about it, you have the broadest security portfolio with the broadest coverage of use cases for SD-WAN and cloud on-ramp and multi-cloud, with the ability to provide security for any app on anywhere. So from a cloud perspective, if you look at the future of companies moving towards cloud, it becomes as simple as they were if they were just doing it back in the old school ways of having just a singular system. It should be seamless. And so we're really excited so that, for us to be able to offer these integrations for our customers.
It's always great chatting with you, Vince, and learning new things. Thank you. Excited about this new announcement and this new innovations. So again, thank you for your time.
Thanks, Nirav. It's been great talking about this. Thanks for the opportunity.